What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Turbo's Garage, and today we finally get to dyno the Tahoe. So this is a build we've been messing with for probably the last 1.5 years, and it's a very budget, very simple setup. All it is just a stock bottom N57 Vortec, LT4 hot cam, some home ported heads, Edelbrock intake, 85-pound injectors. We did twin Powerstroke turbos on it. We made a lot of people butthurt that we did that. Then we piped it up to the intake and we just letting her eat. So that's basically how the build is. It's very simple. It's running a Monster stage 3, stage 4, 4060 with a 3800 FTI stall. A lot of people got mad that we threw a Monster transmission in there. We kind of didn't know about the reviews, but it's been holding up fine. So shit, we don't really care at this point. So basically what we're gonna do is gonna head over to the dyno. We're heading over to Mad Hatter Garage. They have their own dyno there in Broussard, Louisiana. From there, we're actually gonna go test out the Tahoe. Mike has his freshly built 408 stroker truck. We're gonna test that out as well. And little Mike has his freshly built E85 big boost Mazda speed. That thing is ridiculous. So we're gonna go test all these things out, see what they do at the Mad Hatter Garage, and let's go. Let's start this video.
Dyno, man. What this thing can do, man. I know it makes power. I mean, it's somewhat fast. I mean, I really have nothing to prove with the dyno.
Yeah.
I know it does work.
This type of dyno is down. It's not a dyno jet, so this is purely for tuning, so we can actually make this thing make more power. So hell yeah.
Let's see what it does, man. Have fun.
Hell yeah.
Send it.
How you feel about that dyno run, man?
Oh yeah, it was good. I mean, we had a few issues with the dyno and stuff like that, getting everything lined out so I could make a clean pass, but overall, I mean, it was good. I mean, the truck made a good amount of power. Yeah. I wasn't expecting for the thing to make 1,000 horsepower or anything like that, but it did.
Not on that dyno.
Exactly, not on that dyno, yeah. But it did what it's supposed to do.
Damn.
So that's some little vent tubes.
Oh, you got the vent tubes up in there?
Oh yeah, everything good.
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah.
I thought we blew something for a second. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's the vent tubes.
Oh, damn.
Exactly, yeah. Like oil.
So let's talk numbers. This is what everybody's been waiting for. Now, before we get into the numbers, one thing I would like to explain is there is a difference between the dyno, com dyno that we're on today and like a dyno jet that people usually do dynos on. Now, the TA, for example, that I'm sitting in right now made 399.7 wheel horsepower on a dyno jet. So it's like 400 wheel horsepower on a dyno jet. Now, Mike's truck, whenever we went to the dyno today at Mad Hatter, at the top of its pool, and at the best pool that we got was 414 wheel horsepower. Now, to say that a heads cam, really a very basic setup LS1 makes kind of just as much power as a built 408 stroker, you kind of know that it really doesn't make any sense at all. So we know that DynoCom dyno, it reads pretty low in overall power. We just use that as a tuning tool. Now, the Tahoe's numbers. Now, what did the Tahoe make? Now, precursor for the Tahoe is still on wastegate pressure, and it's still using the stock fuel pump. Afterwards, on the best dyno pull that we got out of the Tahoe was 401 wheel horsepower, which is actually still pretty good. That's pretty comparable to what the 408 stroker was making. So especially as well, the 408 stroker made like 404 wheel horsepower the first time around. Then Mike tuned it, went up to 414. The Tahoe, basically after its 8th pull on the dyno, made 401 wheel horsepower, which is still pretty good. So this is kind of what I want to get into. Is a lot of times people say, well, just LS swap, you should LS swap the Tahoe. If it's not a boosted LS swap, it's kind of pointless in a sense, because the Tahoe right now is making, I'll say, around 500 crank. Probably most likely 500 crank is actually at a low, especially like a low estimate if you compare it to the dyno loss and going through the transmission transfer case, all that good stuff, because the Tahoe is 4-wheel drive at the end of the day. So this is the main thing that I'm talking about. Is a lot of people say LS swap the Tahoe if it makes a comparable amount of horsepower to a 408 built stroker truck, and at the same time when we run Mike's truck, the pulls aren't very off at all, and especially when Mike's into it and the Tahoe's into it, there's not like one person doesn't have a super clear advantage. So that's one thing about that as well. So as the Tahoe sits, we're pretty happy with what it makes. Now, once we throw the bigger pump in there, and once we actually throw more boost at it, we can really get a good number out of there. And pretty much at that point, the transfer case is going to probably blow up. The monster transmission is going to completely grenade itself. The 10 bolt is going to explode, and that's kind of what we want to kind of preserve. The Tahoe right now is running pretty good. We can hit pull after pull after pull. It's not really breaking itself, but once we actually want to put on a huge number, we know some crazy shit's going to happen. So as well, Mike's Mazda speed made 544 to the wheels. So that's actually like pretty crazy for just like a 2.3 liter, and I think it's a built bottom end E85, but for that little 4-cylinder, that thing makes 540 to the wheels on a low reading dyno. So that's pretty ridiculous. So especially shout out to Mike and Little Mike having beast ass cars. But all in all, that's pretty much what we did today. So just a dyno day. Shout out to Mad Hatter Garage, especially for letting us use the dyno for the day. That was pretty beast. So you guys been waiting for that? Those are the numbers. It's only uphill from here pretty much. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Howard Performance. Shout out to Mad Hatter Garage. You guys like the videos, like, favorite, and subscribe. We always gonna be making more and more content, especially since we moved in with Howard Performance. So hope you guys like the upload. Peace.